everyone, Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for a Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. So today I am creating a layout using this super wonderful Sing Along cut file. I will absolutely have that linked in the description box down below, so please make sure you pop on over to the Etsy shop to check out all of the cut files that are available from Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files, COAPA cut files, and also specifically to check out this specific cut file itself. So I'm starting off my layout by using some gel medium in matte to completely fill this entire 12 by 12 stencil. I have really made sure every little skerrick of this stencil is being filled up with the gel matte medium. I did not want to have any mist. I wanted this as neat and perfect as possible. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I just whack it on, and I really love the effect of having some bits of the stencil not filled and other bits filled, but today I really wanted the nice clean finish. Just wanted to give the entire page a little feel of texture. It is not a super noticeable effect on this cut file. On this page, but it is just, it's almost like adding some texture, some embellish, what's the word I'm looking for? Embossed feeling to the paper itself. I've then gone ahead and got out my watercolor pencils, watercolor palette. I'm not using real words today, and a whole bunch of water, and I'm going to splatter on some packaging technique in some matching colors with the collection that I am using. I'm using the Paige Evans Pick Me Up collection, so I'm just about to go splat. There we go, a nice messy splat in this gorgeous sort of turquoisey green color. Then I'm going to pop on some pink. I'm sort of using the it colors at the moment, turquoise, pink, blue, and yellow, but they pick up all the gorgeous colors in that Pick Me Up really well. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting a lot of water on my brush and sort of scooping up, almost like scooping up some watercolor paint off the top of my palette and painting it onto my piece of plastic, and then adding more water to really water it down so that I can do this big splat with it. Once I've done the green and the pink, I'm moving on to blue. Word of the wise, if you know you're going to use yellow, maybe get some fresh water. I didn't, and my yellow turns a little bit murky. In this particular case, that's okay because the yellow in Pick Me Up is a little bit more mustardy than it is bright yellow. But, you know, it would have been nicer to have a nice clean water, or have done the yellow first so that I don't get this sort of murky color, murky tinge to my yellow, which you can see already on the plastic how sort of yucky the yellow gets. It works out totally fine for me, thankfully, but yeah, my tip for you would either be start with yellow or do yellow last because it's sort of the highlight color that you want on top of everything else, but then therefore get some fresh water. Once I have done all of this, I do smash it with my heat guns because I am impatient and I don't want to wait, and I want to get going with the rest of my layout. Just wiping off that piece of plastic with a serviette, with a paper napkin, which I did that in between each of the colors. I have gone ahead and then completely stuck down my cut file and my photos. They're flat onto the page and on top of all of that beautiful mixed media that you can barely even see it anymore. But that's okay. The colors pop out from underneath and the paper is not so black. Then it is time to embellish. And I'm just going to layer up my embellishments all around the words Sing Along. The cut file already has some really beautiful elements to it by having the guitar and the maracas and the drum kit and the microphone and the music notes, that I'm just going to tuck all these ephemera pieces sort of in and around the other ephemera that's included in the cut file. The letter S and the letter O I have backed with vellum, but the rest of the cut file is backed using papers from the Pick Me Up collection. Such a beautiful cut file. I knew the minute I saw this one that it was for me, had my name all over it. The photo I'm using, it's actually the same photo twice, which you can probably tell, but I just quite liked the effect of having it in large and small on the page. It is me performing at night, so it is very dark. It's kind of a little bit artsy because you can see that big spotlight that would have been on me, but because the camera is not front and center, it just looks like it's sort of highlighting the band and me a little bit. I'm not super noticeable in the picture. You may be able to see me out the front in sort of a greeny teal colored dress, but it's kind of just this artsy looking photograph with a vaguish kind of person standing at the front of a really big brass band. So yeah, I just thought this cut file was just perfect to go along with some of those music performances that I do. So as I mentioned before, I'm just going to keep layering all of the marvelous ephemera in and around that super gorgeous cut file. So I've got a little hat that I'm going to put up above the sort of the letter G, and then marvelous right across the letter G, popping that up on foam. And then I'm going to put this little bird, the stork or the ibis or whatever it is, sort of standing on top of the guitar, not quite as high as I initially had it then. I'm going to stand it up on top of the guitar down there. I'd originally planned to use that love heart over on the left, but in the end I couldn't work out where it was going to fit in, so he doesn't quite make the cut. But I do pull out some puffy stickers as well in a minute and start adding those to everything else that's going on with this layout. It starts to get a little bit more crazy than I had anticipated, but I just loved the colors and the pop that is happening on the page. And yeah, I just really loved the effect. Looking at it now from above, I possibly could have even cut the sing along in black. That would have and kept everything else the same. That would have been really striking to have that pop off the page in black. That would have been really cool. I'm just sticking on the music notes that came along with the cut file. I actually cut a few extra of the music notes as well because I knew I wanted to scatter more of those around the page. And then out come the little puffies. This is one of Paige Evans's older collections, but it is new to me. I haven't cracked into this at all yet, so I'm just having a good old play. I really want to get this puffy bow onto the page, but I have no idea where, so I'm just looking in all the places to see if I can manage to squeeze it on. And in the end, I'm just going to tack it onto the bottom of the camera and the floral cluster. I just really want it. I really want that blue, A, because it matches my dress, but B, because it's also a color that's quite predominant in the rest of the layout, so I really just want to get it in there. I also want to use these puffy flowers because I feel like I've sort of got a few floral pieces around the page and just really want to make sure that they look like they were purposeful by having a few more bits around the page as well. Then coming on in with some gold splatters, I then found a chipboard butterfly that's actually from a different Paige Evans collection, but I just have them all stored together because they kind of match together quite well. And that's when I found the Paige Evans sticker book that was gifted to me by a really, really lovely lady. And I decided I wanted to include some tiny word phrases as well. So I'm just going to go a little bit nuts with those tiny word phrases. The layout possibly didn't need more, but you know, once I'd started, I couldn't stop. So I'm just going to pop on more. This is certainly not one of my clean and simple layouts. I absolutely love clean and simple layouts, and I make clean and simple layouts, but this one is not so much. This is very busy and there is a lot going on, but I really like the way it ends up. So I decided one word sticker just wasn't enough, so I went back and added a second word sticker to the three. So there's like, yeah, a little set of 2 word stickers in 3 places around my page. Gotta love uneven clusters. And then I think I'm going to add some navy Heidi Swap Color Shine, and then I will be done. This layout has certainly taken on a bit of a mind of its own and absolutely got bigger than Ben-Hur from what I had originally planned, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and you'll see in the close-ups just how striking those colors are. It's just gorgeous. So thank you so much for watching. As I mentioned earlier, make sure you check the description box down below for a direct link to the COAPA, the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files shop, and also a direct link to this particular layout. And there is also a link to the Facebook group, which I strongly recommend that you join. It's just a really lovely group, and Virginia gives away free cut files, so where else would you rather be? So look how gorgeous this layout turned out. I'm super thrilled with it. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching the process video. There's just so many cute little aspects on that cut file, so many little musical things that I just love them all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you next time. Thanks everyone. Have a really happy, scrappy week. Bye.